Episode 1. The Imperial family of Hadelamid is in ruins. Due to rebellion, it went down in an ugly manner. I knew that such a day would come. I had always advised my father to make changes to the homunculus system, forbidden alchemy used to hold on to the absolute power of the monarchy. Homunculuses, beings with extraordinary abilities who were created with magic and alchemy. They were brainwashed to obey the Imperial family under the guise of bringing peace and power to the Empire. They were sent to conduct all sorts of dangerous tasks, although the more excellent homunculi whose abilities were recognized could be acknowledged as entrusted Imperial knights and be treated better. They were really no better than slaves for the Imperial family. As a result, the homunculi held resentment against the Imperial family, while the Imperial family steadfastly sowed the seeds for rebellion. Not only did His Majesty, Desmond II, do nothing about the situation, Princess Bridget, who was third in line for the throne, made the situation even worse. After she became crown princess, the exploitation of homunculi worsened after her coronation. The homunculi who were outside of the palace lost their lives after being sent on dangerous expeditions and manual labor. Homunculi knights who were inside the palace were forced into Bridget's harem and had their honor as a knight trampled on. Although I, who could no longer stand by and watch, Bridget, who had already considered me an eyesore, sent an imperial order for me to form a marriage alliance. It is the inevitable fate for a princess with no political power. But it did not happen because of that. In less than a week, the homunculus knights of the palace all gathered to start a rebellion. Leader of the homunculi Michaelis Agnito. He had nullified the brainwashing by the Imperial family, and with extraordinary powers that could let him reign over homunculi, he became the new emperor after slicing the neck of the previous emperor, my father, who held dumb faith in the power of brainwashing. Of the Imperial family, only Rosenite will remain. The symbol of the emperor, the Philosopher's Stone, only worked for those who had them. Blood of the Imperial family flowing through their veins. Therefore, he needed at least one princess. And Rosenite, who had fallen head over heels for him, was just the obvious choice. Yes, I wouldn't have wanted to live for such reasons in the first place. If I were to regret something, it would be that I did not become the crown princess. So you were awake, Seven the princess. Sir Agnito. Michaelis Agnito. My younger half-sister, the Eve princess, Rosenite's personal guardian knight. And you look as though you've never met me before. The instigator of treason. What are you doing here, Sir Agnito? I came to see if you are doing well, Seven the princess. To think you bothered coming this late at night to see me. Are you not busy flipping the empire on its head? Truthfully, things have been quite crazy this past month, to a point where I only got the chance to see you now. Saying you came to see me. Your words are too lighthearted. However, Sir Agnito, I have no need for a caregiver. Eve, because you've been trapped all this time, it seems you're quite angry. It's fine if you resent me. However, it isn't as though we have nothing we need to say to each other. One understand, so step back a bit. You should have chosen me. What? You wouldn't have had to endure something like this if you had chosen me as your personal knight. Personal knight? And the knight chosen by the princess or prince must serve them with absolute loyalty. At first glance, it may appear romantic, but the Imperial family can dispose of their personal knights at any time and treat them as expendables. Thanks to that, I was said to be a princess who did not know them. On the other hand, Rosenite became smitten with Michaelis and mercilessly threw out her former personal knight to select Michaelis. He must have schemed to use Rosenite from the beginning. Mikhail, You say I should have chosen you. Indeed. That way, you probably would not be executed at least. In any case, it isn't Rose you truly wanted, but rather a foolish princess to be your puppet. Ha! You really are a difficult woman. Your Majesty, there appears to be an abnormality in the child inside the Empress. Ha! Child? It seems I should go. I will see you again later, Eve. See me again? Is he talking about an execution? I thought I was already used to the terror by now. It has been a while, sister. Aide to Princess Rosanit Nadia Hadelamid. Yes, Rosie. It has been a while. You look good. Oh dear, Rosie? It seems that you are truly pregnant. Yes, sister. It is Mikhail's baby. Huh, but homunculi have no ability to reproduce. It seems that you do not believe me. Then, do you think I slept with another man? And no, it's not that. I am simply surprised since it's different from what I know. Mom. Then I should tell you now that with the power of the Philosopher's Stone, we created the result of our low. If you were looking for Sir Ignito, he just left to find you. I think you two missed each other. No, sister, I came to see you. I was worried since I heard that your execution is today. As I thought it is today. Eve, by chance, do you know how father and our siblings were executed? The people who executed our sisters and brothers were up until now were their appointed knights, for them to personally execute the people they hate the most. It was Michaelis granting a gracious favor to his kind. There is nothing more cruel than that which was basic ally revenge. Bridget was incinerated. My poor sister Eve, you must have been imagining a fast death with your neck getting cleanly cut off at the guillotine. You look quite shocked. Actually, the homunculus who is to escort you to your execution venue has been decided. But I have never had an appointed nigh. Yes, so they have decided on one person who desired to personally execute you. The one person who wants you to die more than anyone else. Michaelis Episode 2. Actually, the homunculus who is to escort you to your execution venue has been decided. The one person who wants you to die more than anyone else. Michaelis Agnito. He, me? It was him, not anyone else who hates me. Perhaps because I had no appointed knight, he thought of me as the worst of all the members of the Imperial family. I see. He hated me a lot. Correct. Mika hated. You, sister. Very, very much. Do you know what kind of execution you will be getting today? That's enough, Rosie. I do not want to hear anyone. No. You must hear. You will be getting beheaded. Hadelamaid's beheading, which is known to be cruel and barbaric. The beheading that is only successful after the blunt axe is swung at least 6, maybe 10 times. No, do not worry, sister, since I will help you. It is belladonna poison. If you drink it, you can die without pain. If you are to die regardless, would it not be better to go comfortably? Thank you, Rosie. To have to do this with a baby in your stomach, I apologize. Since this is my choice, I will take care of it. I do not want you to get punished. Of course. Then be well, Rosie. Yes, sister. Are you not going to go back, Rosie? Sister, how can I leave when you have yet to drink the poison? There should be someone to watch your last moments, sister. Here, hurry. Hurry and drink it. But, here. Ah. It's good. That it's fast. Sister, do you know the meaning behind the belladonna flower? It means this is your curse. Rosie, no way. Ah, she finally died. Now there are no more interferences. It's only me. Mikhail and the Empress spot is mine. Rosie, who? Thank you for dying. Eve, my foolish sister. Just what happened here? Eve, even though the only thing left to do was to keep you by my side. Answer me. What happened here? My sister took her own life. As part of the Imperial bloodline, she said she would take responsibility and atone with her death. How do you know this? I saw it with my own eyes. Princess, did you give her the poison? You're making a scary expression. That is correct. I helped my sister atone. It seemed like you couldn't garner the resolve. So as your partner, I made a proper decision. An uncooperative Imperial family member will become a seed for disaster. Just having me by your side is enough. Shut your mouth, Princess. And Mikhail, are you really angry with me? Mikhail, are you ignoring me? Your partner? Out of the way, Princess. Your Highness, the Emperor means that his mind is uneasy. Right now, being cautious. Unhand me. How dare slaves take such liberties? Mikhail, if you keep doing this, I'll make you regret it. I have your child. Well, of course. A child? No matter how I see it, right now, Princess, you seem to be mistaking an experiment with a pregnancy. Experiment? The Philosopher's Stone only reacts to someone of Imperial blood, and I can exercise control over homunculi. Therefore, I had a bringing over control of the Philosopher's Stone to me by using the being of mixed royal and homunculus blood made by borrowing your womb. But at the very least, it doesn't change the fact that our baby exists. Our child. When she doesn't even know who the sperm for that thing in her body is from. It's too exorbitant to call that a child. That thing inside your body is an alchemy experiment that has never been tested before. So who's to know whether that thing will be born as a human or a monster? To say monster. How could you use such harsh words? Wasn't that a phrase that the Imperial family always told my kind? Stop making a big fuss. Take the princess away. Mikhail, stop there. Why won't you stop? How could you do this to me? What exactly is that woman to you for you to treat me so cruelly? Eve, you have never given me permission to be by your side your whole life. Chancellor, yes, Your Majesty. It doesn't matter the cost. Even if I have to gather all the magicians and alchemists, I must save Eve. Episode 3. The Seven Princess of the Empire, Evenrose Cloelhadelamid. She was famous among the homunculi. She held on to her stance of revising the homunculus system and refused to adhere to the deep-rooted customs of the Imperial family. The princess, who was the ugly duckling of the Imperial palace. There was no way any homunculi would have not paid attention to her. Although numerous homunculi wanted to become her appointed knight, that woman did not permit any homunculus to fill in that position. And I, in the face of that woman's fierce attitude, had given up any thought of becoming her knight. I could not stop myself from observing her, and due to her refusal to follow the Imperial family's custom. She received unfair treatment and scorn. To think that I would reveal my emotions. I've never had such an instance before. Yet when I came to my senses, I was already in a state where I could not stay away. The Imperial family and homunculi, a relationship that could never come to be according to fate. I have heard that the wedding of the seventh princess is soon, right? And that she would go to a foreign kingdom far away. It's said to be a political marriage. Well, it's no different from her being sold off. No, that kind. I can just destroy of destiny. So I took down the Imperial family. Finally, now there are no obstacles. All I had left to do was to keep Eve by my side. Was what I thought. Your Majesty, it has already been 4 days since Your Majesty has eaten. Hasn't it only been a while since you claimed the throne? It is impossible to bring someone back from the dead. It is time you stop and deal with the situation. Isn't the Philosopher's Stone that makes miracles happen? To use the Philosopher's Stone, I'll need Imperial blood. Bring Rosenite here immediately and cut her head off. Your Majesty, the 8th princess is the last remaining member of the Imperial family. Didn't you say that to earn the power of the Philosopher's Stone, we need to keep her alive? Why should I? Eve is already dead. I see no need for the Empire nor the Philosopher's Stone anymore. But, Chancellor. Your Majesty, the Sage of the Spruce Forest has arrived. I heard you know a way to resurrect Eve. Your Majesty, I apologize in advance. But a dead person who is revived will only be a living doll. The 7th princess soul and body have already separated and fallen apart. Returning that would be outside the capabilities of magic and alchemy. The resurrection Your Majesty wishes for is impossible. Your answer is no different than those that I have already met. Are you also trying to waste my time? No, Your Majesty. I am suggesting a different method. Turning back time. Is that truly possible? Of course, but the price is expensive. You will have to use half of the Philosopher's Stone. Eve, it doesn't matter what the price is. Understood. I will begin the process. Your Majesty, I forgot one more thing. The Philosopher's Stone is tied to the Imperial bloodline using a sacrifice. The central axis of the time regression will be the 7th princess and not Your Majesty. That means, yes, only the 7th princess will remember any of this. Then, although I won't be able to meet her, she'll be able to meet me. Yes, indeed. Will she not choose me again? Will I be frustrated and make the wrong choice again? Who knows? It doesn't matter. The ritual shall commence. Eve, when you live again. Whether you kill me or choose me, either would be fine. Episode 4. Tear. Sister, I came to help you. She finally died? Rosie. Why? Has this been your goal from the beginning? You are the last member of the Imperial family that was chosen by Mikhail, so why? Maybe you should chosen me as your appointed knight. Yes, Mikhail was going to use me as a backup. There was no way Rosie, who is very possessive, would allow that. everything was a trap. I didn't want to die like this. Where did it all go wrong? When father lost his footing and couldn't understand the situation? When Bridget was crowned crown princess? If I had been the crown princess, would things be different? The Imperial family and the homunculi, would they have not been destroyed? Looking back, I only turned a blind eye to those who needed my help. Maybe? This is really a maybe, but if I were given a second chance. At that time. Ha. I am alive. Where is this? I was definitely locked up. Then Rosie came and gave me poison. If that happened, why am I in a bedroom? And my old bedroom at that. This is definitely not a dream or illusion. Nothing has changed since I last used it. What exactly happened? My goodness, why do I look so young? No way did I really. Did I really return to the past? But unbelievable. Perhaps since I had so many regrets in myself, I went crazy. I can't believe it. Turning back time is a very advanced alchemical magic. You have to be a sage to even have a sense of this. Yes, just like my teacher. I should meet with my teacher to ask. I miss you, teacher. Then before that, you. I need to calm myself down and think first. Judging from the face I saw in my mirror, it seems that I am about 20 right now. If that's so. This is before Bridget was crowned the crown princess. It'll be before the leader of the rebellion, Sir Michaela Sagnito, and the one who poisoned the Rosenite met. So, before everything began, this time, I might be able to do it. No, I can definitely do it. For everyone. I will become the crown princess. Episode 5. You've awoken early, Your Highness. Eve's headmaid, Sedella Arfeld. Sedella, good morning. You look quite young today. Really? The face mask I used yesterday must have been good. Sedella has become younger. I'm certain I have returned. Then I should find out when this is. Sedella, are there any important events from now on? Yes. Next week is the Princess Rosenite's 20th birthday banquet. Rosenate. If that child is turning 20, then I should be 21. I have become 8 years younger. Amazing. Yes, the princess and prince's 20th birthdays are special, as that is when they choose their own homunculus night and hold they choosing ceremony. This ceremony is the flower of Imperial events and a dream for many. A relationship sworn by with one soul that is very special. I heard many homunculi are lining up to be the 8th princess appointed knight. She is the white rose of the empire after all. Rather than the empire's white roses, she should be the belladonnas. Pardon? Why did you stop talking, Sedella? Ah, yes. Moreover, the silly thing is that there has already been someone chosen to fill that spot. Breaking news from the Hadalon Times. Oh, do you remember the silver-haired knight from the ranking ceremony? It's him, Sylvestian Millard. He definitely fits well with Rosenite, the white roses. Not only is he talented in magic and swordsmanship, but unlike the other homunculi, he has bright silver hair. Homunculi are only ornaments for the Imperial family anyway. After meeting Mikhail 3 years later, she threw Sylvestian away. It would have been better. if Rosie truly chose Mikkel. But the truth is, Mikhail probably approached Rosie for the rebellion. He used Rosie as a stepping stone to become the emperor and brought the empire to ruin. In this life, I have to stop that. I need to separate Rosie and Michael as much as possible. But did you know? There are many homunculi who in fact wish to offer their loyalty to you, Your Highness. To a princess like me with no power? Impossible. It's true. You have a good reputation among the homunculi. Haha, stop, Sidella. I must really treat you nicely. Sidella, if things turn out well for me in the future, I will definitely try to procure a house, a high-ranking title, and a great groom for you. Your Highness, please take my words seriously. I am not teasing you. I am serious as well. It would be nice if Your Highness also took on an appointed knight. Ah, my apologies. I know Your Highness dislikes this topic. No, it is all right. I know that Sidella is always concerned for me. I have always caused you trouble because of my stubbornness. I apologize. Your Highness. Sidella, you are too kind. She has always faced such hardships due to my awful position. Since I had a commoner alchemist as my mother, I was not a legitimate member of the Imperial family. On top of that, she passed away when I was young. My mother was a leading scholar in golem alchemy, and she was someone who treasured everything that had a conscience and self-recognition. Like my mother, I also thought homunculi were no different from humans. I called for changes to be made to their treatment, but from the stance of the Imperial family, that made me an eyesore. Eventually, I became ignored by officials and had my allowances reduced. How much had Sidella suffered trying to help me survive on those expenses? In my past life, after I was confined, I know that she must have been chased out of the Imperial Palace. Sidella, I really will try to give you a good life. Truly. Thank you so much. But, Your Highness, you must know that if Your Highness' life is good, mine will be as well. Really? Then let's live a good life together. Sidella? Yes, Your Highness. Yes. I must live this life relaxingly. Since this is a true reality, I need to do all that I can. If it's currently 8 years in the past, Mikhail must still be in that floating prison. If I don't want to repeat the past, I must solve that problem first. And for that, I need to meet my father.
Friends, like this video and subscribe to the channel. It motivates me to create new videos. Thank you for watching me.